Beloved one, I come to you today carrying an urgent message from the heavens, a divine call that you must not ignore, for it is spoken with love, with authority, and with deep intention for your life. Archangel Michael stands before you with his sword of light, not raised against you, but drawn to protect and defend you from the unseen forces that seek to dim your path, and he commands you to listen carefully and open your heart to receive this message. Your mother, who resides in heaven, has been tirelessly reaching out to you through signs, whispers, and the gentle stirring of your soul. Her love remains unbroken and surrounds you like unseen wind, like the warm glow of candles lighting your dreams, guiding you forward in times when you feel lost or uncertain. The veil between heaven and earth is growing thin, her voice is becoming clearer, and her presence is nearer than your very breath, reminding you that you are never truly alone. This message is not merely a passing thought but a sacred invitation to stay connected, to not only acknowledge divine whispers with a click or momentary nod, but to cultivate a heart that remains open, attentive, and ready to engage with the divine flow of communication. Ignoring this voice risks more than silence. It risks missing the miracles, guidance, and protection that heaven is eager to pour into your life. But by leaning in, by quieting the distractions and allowing space for spirit, you will find that miracles manifest, doors open, and your path is illuminated with clarity. Heaven urgently warns of dangers unseen, and this warning comes not to instill fear, but to protect and redirect you for your highest good. Archangel Michael himself is guarding your steps, shielding you from traps and hidden snares that could entangle your journey, for heaven longs not to see you stumble but to see you rise into the fullness of your purpose. You are urged in this moment to release unjust guilt, for chains of self-condemnation and heavy burdens have weighed down your spirit far too long. Your mother in heaven sees the hidden pain that you carry, the way you conceal parts of yourself from others, from God, and even from yourself, and her plea is simple yet powerful. Stop hiding, forgive yourself, release the guilt, and walk free. In the eyes of heaven, you are not defined by your failures or past mistakes, but by the divine light that is within you. There is a real battle unfolding around you, not one of flesh and blood, but a spiritual conflict where shadows try to invade your life. Yet take heart, for the prayers rising for you, the presence of angels encamped around you, and the strength of Archangel Michael's sword ensure that you are never defenseless. Do not be deceived by false friends, for not all who smile carry pure intentions. Some wear masks that conceal betrayal, and though their words may sound sweet, their hearts may not align with truth. Trust the discernment of your spirit, for it will expose what is hidden and guard your heart from harm, enabling you to walk in wisdom and avoid unnecessary pain. Remember who you are. You carry the light of heaven. You are marked not for survival alone, but for victory, for purpose, for a destiny that far exceeds the boundaries of what you can see. Stop shrinking your light. Stop minimizing the power within you, for you were born to shine, to rise, and to fulfill a greater destiny that touches not only your life but ripples out to others around you. A season of change is unfolding. The old is falling away. Plans once held tightly may crumble, but this is not loss. It is preparation for new blessings that heaven is aligning for you. Do not fear the shifts, for the door of opportunity is opening, and though change may feel uncertain, it is in this season that God prepares to pour out newness and growth. In the midst of this transition, cling to the promise of divine help, for heaven's armies stand guard over you. You are deeply loved, you are never abandoned, and strength is being cultivated within you through every trial endured. These challenges are not meaningless. They refine your faith, and heaven celebrates your resilience, your persistence, and your willingness to endure. Forgiveness remains a vital key in this journey. Release those who wounded you, not to excuse their actions, but to free your spirit and open the flow of blessings that have been blocked by bitterness. Archangel Michael declares that forgiveness breaks chains, it heals, and it invites heavenly favor into your life in new dimensions. Be courageous in faith, for you are not meant to cower in fear or live as though defeated, but to stand tall as one chosen, victorious, and marked for breakthrough. Your prayers, your endurance, and your persistence have not gone unseen, and now you are being prepared for a divine moment where your breakthrough will come into view. Yet take note, the heaviest revelation is still ahead. The fullness of heaven's message is not yet revealed, and you must remain vigilant so that you do not miss what is about to unfold. To turn away now would be to miss the prepared blessing, but to remain steadfast is to step into fullness. Heaven's presence is not distant. It surrounds you even now. Feel the stillness, the calm, the divine nearness that guards and guides you. Your mother's love flows through this presence, closer than your very heartbeat, reminding you that love transcends even the barrier of death. You are in a time of spiritual preparation, a critical crossroad where discernment is needed. Heaven is calling you to choose the narrow path, the one carved by God for your specific journey, and as you walk it, hidden enemies and lies will be exposed, replaced by restoration and renewed strength. New connections are being prepared for you, divine relationships that will enter your life to support, guide, and uplift you. Be ready to welcome them with an open heart, letting go of fear, betrayal, and the wounds of the past, for heaven desires to bring healing and love anew. The urgency of this message is profound. The timing is perfect. Heaven has delivered it at the exact moment your spirit needed it. Archangel Michael commands you not to delay, not to hesitate, but to step into transformation, letting your life be elevated and reshaped. Your story is not one of survival alone, but of triumph, of blessings pouring like rain, of victory anchored in divine favor. You are stepping into destiny, into protection, into a future radiant with heavenly goodness. Do not run away from this message. Do not doubt it, for heaven is speaking louder now than ever before, and the call is clear. Stay connected, keep your heart open, and embrace the miracle waiting to unfold in your life. Beloved soul, as the message continues, understand that heaven is not silent about the trials you have endured or the fears you have carried within your heart. Rather, each moment of pain and each tear shed has been witnessed, and in response heaven has been weaving redemption into your story, preparing to turn sorrow into joy and loss into blessing. This is why you are urged to remain steadfast, because the season you are stepping into carries both challenges and triumphs, and your willingness to stay faithful determines the depth of blessings you will receive. The heaviest revelation still lies ahead, and this is not to instill dread but to strengthen your readiness. For heaven does not reveal lightly but only when your spirit is prepared to carry the truth and the responsibility it brings. Leaving now or shrinking back risks forfeiting what heaven has already prepared, for the blessing is not merely survival, not merely scraping through the hardships, but entering into fullness and overflow where your life is transformed and your testimony inspires others. Feel heaven's continuous presence now more than ever, for divine stillness surrounds you in your moments of chaos, guarding you and guiding you through unseen storms. This presence is tender yet powerful, and your mother's love flows with it, nearer than your own heartbeat, wrapping you in comfort and reassurance that you are loved beyond comprehension. Do not doubt this nearness, for heaven draws closer in your vulnerability, and in that closeness you are given the strength to face what lies before you. A call is rising for spiritual preparation and discernment, for this season will demand clarity of vision and strength of faith. A critical crossroad awaits, and the path you choose will shape not only your present but also the legacy you leave behind. Heaven implores you to walk the narrow path, the one not crowded with distractions, temptations, and worldly noise, but the path carved specifically by God for your journey. Though it may seem difficult, it is the way of true peace, true joy, and lasting fulfillment. As you walk, hidden enemies will be exposed, lies will be unraveled, and truth will shine brightly, bringing restoration where there has been brokenness and strength where there has been weariness. Do not fear these exposures, for they come not to harm but to heal, to free you from entanglements that have kept you bound. Alongside this preparation, heaven is arranging divine connections that will soon enter your life. Individuals sent not by coincidence but by divine design, people who will support you, uplift you, and guide you further into your destiny. Be ready to receive them with openness, letting go of suspicion rooted in past betrayals, and allowing healing to open your heart again. For though you have been hurt, heaven does not intend for you to live in isolation or distrust. Instead, heaven desires to surround you with relationships that reflect love, truth, and divine alignment. The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated, for the timing is not random but perfectly orchestrated. Heaven chose this exact moment because your spirit is ready, your heart is at a turning point, and your destiny is at the threshold of transformation. Archangel Michael, with his commanding presence, urges you not to wait, not to put aside this call for another time, but to embrace it now. Do not underestimate what heaven has prepared, for it is greater than your imagination and stronger than your fears. Heaven declares victory over your story, not as a distant promise but as a present reality you are stepping into. Your life will no longer be defined by mere survival or endurance but by triumph, blessing, and abundance. Blessings will pour like rain, and as you step into your purpose you will walk in favor and protection that cannot be shaken. Every battle you have faced was not wasted. Every struggle carried hidden seeds of victory that are now beginning to sprout. This is why you are urged to step boldly, for heaven is ready to release blessings in measures you have not yet known. Your story is not ending in defeat but rising into glory, and you are entering into alignment with God's favor, where even your weaknesses will be covered by strength and your fears will be replaced with courage. In this season, you are invited to walk not with hesitation but with confidence, knowing that you carry heaven's endorsement. Archangel Michael's sword shines not as a symbol of threat but of protection, ensuring that nothing formed against you can prosper. This is a call to trust deeply, to surrender wholly, and to allow heaven to lead you without resistance. Do not allow doubt or fear to hold you back, for heaven's voice is louder now than ever, guiding you into transformation. Remember always that your heart must remain open, your spirit attentive, and your willingness steadfast, for heaven cannot force its way into a closed heart but delights to pour into one that is ready and receptive. Therefore, beloved soul, stay connected, stay surrendered, and let the miracle unfold, for what is coming is greater than anything you have yet seen, and heaven's promise remains unshaken. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are destined for victory. Beloved one, as the heavenly message unfolds further, know that each word is meant to pierce through the fog of uncertainty and awaken the light within you that has never dimmed, even in your darkest hours. For heaven has never withdrawn from you, but has been patiently waiting for the moment when your spirit would be ready to receive the fullness of this truth. You are called now to understand that the trials you face are not punishments but preparations, shaping you into the vessel heaven intends you to be, one marked not by defeat but by resilience, not by despair but by divine strength. Archangel Michael reminds you that courage is not the absence of fear but the decision to walk forward in faith despite fear, for you are not meant to live as one overwhelmed but as one chosen, victorious, and anointed to carry heavenly authority. Your prayers, whispered in the silence of sleepless nights and cried out in moments of deep pain, have not vanished into the air but have risen like incense before heaven, and every word has been heard, every plea recorded, every tear cherished as a sacred offering. Now comes the season where those prayers will bear fruit, where endurance blossoms into breakthrough, and where what was once withheld is released in abundance. Do not imagine that the path will be free of challenges, for heaven declares that the heaviest revelation is still ahead, but also promises that you have been prepared for it, strengthened for it, and equipped to receive it. This revelation will not come to crush you but to release you into freedom and clarity you could not previously hold. It is the unveiling of deeper truths about your journey, the recognition of divine alignment that will shift the course of your life forever. Heaven urges you not to retreat now, not to shrink back in hesitation, for to do so would be to miss the full blessing prepared, and the time for hesitation has passed. The presence of heaven surrounds you continuously, even in the moments when you feel abandoned or isolated. Still yourself and you will sense it, the divine nearness guarding you, guiding you, and carrying you when your strength falters. Within that presence flows your mother's love, a love that death could not extinguish, a love that remains closer than your very breath, whispering reassurance into your soul. You are seen, you are known, you are never alone. Hold fast to this truth, for it is an anchor in the storms of life, reminding you that heaven's love is unshakable and eternal. Heaven also calls you into deeper discernment, for the days ahead will require wisdom and clarity beyond what the natural eye can perceive. You stand at a crossroads where the path of compromise may look easier, but the path of obedience leads to true fulfillment. Choose the way God has carved specifically for you, narrow though it may seem, for on it you will find protection, provision, and peace. In walking this path, hidden dangers will be exposed, falsehoods will be revealed, and what once threatened to destroy you will be dismantled by truth, leaving you freer and stronger than ever before. This process is not meant to scare you but to empower you, for heaven's goal is always restoration, healing, and renewal. Prepare also for the arrival of divine connections, relationships that heaven has aligned to support and elevate your journey. These individuals are not like those who have hurt or betrayed you in the past. They are sent with purpose, bearing encouragement, wisdom, and love that will help you step fully into your calling. Open your heart to receive them, letting go of the fear that past wounds have planted, for heaven longs to replace suspicion with trust, loneliness with companionship, and despair with hope. These connections will play a crucial role in your unfolding destiny, and your openness will determine how fully you can embrace the blessings they bring. The urgency of this message rings louder still, For heaven chose this exact moment knowing that your spirit was ready and your journey was ripe for transformation. Archangel Michael's command is clear. Do not delay, do not push aside what heaven is speaking, but surrender now and let your life be reshaped. This is not a call that will wait indefinitely, for the season is appointed, and the window of breakthrough is before you. Your story is destined to move from survival into victory, from scarcity into overflow, from pain into joy. You are stepping into a time where blessings will pour out like abundant rain, saturating every dry place of your life with new growth and new hope. No longer will your identity be tied to struggle, for heaven has rewritten your story to reflect triumph, favor, and divine purpose. The victories that await you are not small or fleeting but great and lasting, marking you as one who carries heaven's favor wherever you go. Every setback, every trial, every battle you endured is now being redeemed, and what once seemed like wasted years are being transformed into testimony and blessing. Walk boldly into this season, for heaven's promise stands. You are loved beyond measure, protected without fail, and destined for a future brighter than anything you have yet imagined. Do not turn away, do not allow doubt to silence the voice of heaven, for the call is urgent, the time is now, and your destiny is unfolding before you. Stay connected, keep your heart open, and step forward in faith, for heaven's plan for your life is not only survival but abundant victory, overflowing blessing, and divine fulfillment. Beloved child of heaven, as we arrive at the closing portion of this divine message, hear these words not as distant poetry but as the living truth spoken directly into your spirit. For the heavens themselves bend low to assure you of your worth, your calling, and your unshakable place in the heart of God. You have been carried through valleys of pain, deserts of silence, and storms of fear, yet not once have you walked them alone, for angelic hosts stood beside you, and the presence of Archangel Michael shielded you when shadows tried to overtake your light. What you endured was never meaningless, for each moment has been shaping you into the vessel you are becoming, a vessel of resilience, wisdom, and compassion that others will one day look to as a beacon of hope. Understand deeply that your identity is not anchored in the opinions of people, the failures of the past, or the mistakes you once made. Your identity is written in eternity, marked by divine light, and sealed with heavenly favor. This is why you are urged to step fully into your purpose, without shrinking, without hesitation, without apology, because the time has come for you to rise and claim the destiny that has been waiting patiently for your courage to awaken. Old plans may have fallen apart, doors may have closed, and what once felt stable may have crumbled, but this was not destruction. It was preparation, clearing away what could not serve your future so that heaven could build something new, something enduring, something greater than you had the strength to imagine on your own. Now, as new opportunities unfold, do not let fear paralyze you or past wounds chain you, but move forward with boldness, trusting that heaven's timing is perfect and that every step you take is guided by hands that cannot fail. Heaven reminds you that forgiveness remains a golden key in your journey. Release those who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because your spirit deserves freedom. When you forgive, you break chains that were never meant to bind you, and you open the floodgates for blessings long held back. Do not carry the weight of bitterness any longer, for it poisons only you, while forgiveness liberates your soul and welcomes divine favor to flow unhindered. Archangel Michael himself declares that forgiveness unleashes heavenly justice, not human justice, and what was once taken from you will be restored in ways you could never arrange by your own strength. Step now into courageous faith, for you are chosen not merely to survive but to thrive, not to cower but to conquer, not to stumble endlessly but to rise as one marked for victory. You are called to see yourself as heaven sees you, radiant, powerful, beloved, and capable of fulfilling a purpose far beyond your natural strength. Do not let fear dictate your future, for fear is a liar, and its only power is in convincing you to stand still. Heaven urges you to walk forward, for your prayers have built a foundation of breakthrough, and your endurance has prepared you for the harvest season now at hand. Yet remain watchful, for the final revelation is near, and it must not be missed. It carries truths about your calling, your relationships, and your destiny that will set you on a course of transformation unlike anything you have yet experienced. Missing it would mean missing the fullness of the blessing prepared, so keep your heart attentive, your spirit open, and your focus on heaven's guidance. Do not allow distraction or doubt to rob you of what has been designed specifically for your life. Heaven's continuous presence surrounds you, and though storms may still come, you will never again face them as one abandoned. The stillness of divine presence will quiet your soul, and your mother's love, flowing still from heaven, will continue to whisper reassurance when you need it most. You are at a critical juncture where discernment is your safeguard, so trust the voice of God within you, for it will never lead you astray. Be open also to the divine connections that are about to enter your life, sent by heaven as answers to prayers you may have forgotten you prayed. These relationships will be gifts, but you must be ready to embrace them with faith, laying aside the fears of betrayal and the memories of past wounds. Do not let yesterday's pain sabotage tomorrow's blessings, for heaven longs to replace sorrow with joy, loneliness with fellowship, and despair with new hope. The urgency of this message is profound, for heaven speaks in perfect timing, arriving not early or late but exactly when your spirit is most prepared. Archangel Michael calls you to live fully now, not in hesitation but in bold surrender, letting your life be reshaped into the masterpiece heaven has designed. You are stepping into a story not defined by survival but by triumph, not limited by fear but expanded by love, not diminished by wounds but glorified through healing. Your blessings will pour like rain, saturating every barren place of your life with growth, renewal, and abundance. This is heaven's promise to you, that no trial you faced was wasted, that no tear you cried went unseen, and that no dream planted in faith will return empty. You are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, and you are not ordinary. You are chosen, loved, protected, and destined for victory. Therefore, beloved one, take this message to heart, walk in its truth, and allow heaven to unfold its miracles before your eyes. Do not delay, do not turn back, but step forward with unwavering faith, for the time is now, the call is clear, and your destiny is waiting. And if this message has stirred your heart, if it has opened your eyes to the reality of heaven's love and protection, then let this be only the beginning of your journey of inspiration. To continue receiving guidance, encouragement, and divine insight that strengthens your spirit and lifts your soul, I invite you to stay connected with us through Archangel Inspire on YouTube. It is more than just a channel. It is a space where heaven's wisdom is shared, where messages of hope are delivered, and where your spirit can be nurtured day by day. Subscribing ensures you never miss the divine encouragement prepared for you, and it creates a community of hearts walking together in faith, courage, and light. Let your next step be not only personal transformation but also connection with others who seek the same heavenly truth, and together let us walk in victory, guided always by love, by faith, and by the ever-present guardianship of Archangel Michael.